Hi, welcome to Ranger Country. I'm Peter.
And I'm Lawrence.
And we're here today to ask the question,
can one rifle be all the rifle that you would need?
interesting question. Let's find out.
Let's have a look.
Today we're looking at the brand new FX King rifle. Now, we have this one here, Lawrence, in brown GRS stock.
Yep.
With a 500mm barrel.
Yep. So it's a sort of standard length rifle, standard length barrel for UK spec.
Sub 12,
yep.
We may add. Yep. Now, this rifle, why have they developed this rifle? What's it for? What was the idea behind it?
I think what they try to do is, well, FX, they try and go for the world, don't they? Reach for the stars and all that. They've tried to put everything into a single rifle. 2 gauges, you can adjust it on the fly, you can design, you can tune it to shoot slugs or pellets. Big bottle for a big shot count. It's quite light, it's fully adjustable. It's got everything going on. Has it got too much going on?
Is there too much going on, do you think?
Don't know. Remains to be seen.
Okay.
But,
well,
shall we go through all the little bits in a bit more detail?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go to features.
Let's start off at your end of the rifle, Lawrence.
Yep. So, like you mentioned, it's in the brown GRS stock. Now, Brown are a Norwegian company. No, GRS are a Norwegian company. They used to make they first came on our radar 10 years ago? No, 8 years ago, something like that, for Hauer.
They did, yeah.
But recently,
they brought out the Hauer 1500s in GRS stocks, didn't they?
Yep.
Quite tasty.
Yeah, centerfire rifles that was.
Yeah.
And obviously FX have cornered the market for them. So they're fully adjustable. You've got these 2 little buttons on the side here. I'll show it on the top camera. 2 little buttons on the side. All you do is you press it in, and then if you weren't holding it for a camera, you would pull that, and that adjusts the stock. So again, push that in, and you can lift it up.
Toolless adjustment.
Yes, it's very, very handy, and I believe it should. No, right. They are secured in, so you can't pull them out.
Okay. So surely once you've adjusted it for yourself, that's it. It's a one-off adjustment, is it not? It's not going to change, is it?
Yeah, true. But if you're
multiple shooters, it may, if you're going to lend it to your
multiple shooters, or if you're shooting prone, but then you're then standing, your position in your shoulder will change. But it's very, very handy to have. Very, very high quality, very strong.
Oh, it is very, very high quality stock.
Yeah,
yeah.
Looks quite sexy. It's not the sexiest I've seen. I'm a sucker for a blue stock, but as a brown, it's very, very smart. I don't know how well the camera picks up all the intricate details in it, but it's a gorgeous stock.
It is. I prefer, although, I mean, this is a mix between a Crown and a Panthera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I think they got it right with the Crown stocks, with the laminate. You remember that blue laminate?
The standard thermal one, yeah.
That was, to me, that was a stunning gun. That was fantastic.
It was, but it wasn't quite as nice as the Red Wolf one.
No, I think it was better to hold than the Red Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It was certainly a lot lighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so adjustable stock. What else have we got here?
Well, we've got a quick tune system there. We have a little knob on there with numbers from 1 to 23. So you can adjust the power. And then we've got a graduated scale on there. Quick tune system, 1 to 4.
Now, this is missing the full quick tune system because it's a sub 12 UK spec. Normally what you'd have is, like on the Impact, a little twiddly wheel thing in there. And you'd be able to turn that, and that would change from that 1 to 4 setting in there.
So that's preset, I think, there with an Allen key, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got, the scope is mounted onto a Weaver rail, or Weaver Picatinny. You've got 30 MOA I can see on here. You've got either 9mm or 30 MOA. So that's 9 milliradians or 30 MOA. If you don't know what that is, Google it. I can't explain it well.
I was going to say, are you going to explain it to us all, Lawrence?
I don't know it well enough to explain it. It's the amount of angle it's got on.
It's quite millirads are quite complicated, I believe, aren't they?
But anyway, all we care about is it's a Weaver rail up top. You can put a night vision kit or whatever scope you would want. You could have it on quick detach mounts. Very, very handy, very, very tactical.
When you're talking about night vision mounts, this has been predominantly bought out as a hunting rifle, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Although, I mean, to me, it's not a hunting. To me, it's a bench rifle.
Yeah, 100%.
Target shooting.
Obviously, we've got these.
You can use it for anything, really.
Yeah, we've got these 2 gauges on the side as well. Double Wika gauges, WIKA. They're better protected in the case than the Panthera ones were.
Oh, the Panthera ones.
When they first
weren't
came
very
out.
well protected, were they?
No, they weren't. So these continue to work even after they've been in the case for 30 seconds. Yes, so while it's up into your shoulder, you can see the 2 gauges from here, which if you're making adjustments, you're tuning your rifle on the fly, you can see that nice and easily.
Can you change the regulator adjustment?
Not on the standard power, no.
Why is it there for then?
I don't know.
I can understand the
Bottle gauge.
The bottle contents gauge.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's quite
It's handy to see.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know that I'd have that as a hunting rifle on the side, because if you've got it propped up in the cowshed and it falls over, that's 2 gauges gone.
Going, yeah.
Personally, but anyway.
Cows are a bit larger prey to be hunting, though, aren't they? Really, they're not much sport.
They don't run very quickly.
No, not in a cowshed.
No. Anyway, just derailed the whole thing. Magazine. Takes a magazine, yeah, obviously. It's 21 round in 177, 18 round in 22. Standard FX magazine.
Hello. Now, I think this is a deeper magazine. Have you got one handy? Have you got it handy?
What do you mean deeper?
It is deeper. It is designed for deeper pellets.
It is wider. Yes, the breech block is wider.
Yeah. Now, I noticed this, and I also read on the FX website that it's designed for longer pellets and slugs.
Okay. Makes sense.
What I noticed earlier was one of the air arms pellets that we'd put in, it was like half cocked in there. It was like tumbling because it was a bit short. It's 16 grain air arms pellets.
Okay.
And it was just tumbling a little bit. So, yeah, you probably do want a longer pellet in there.
Okay. This is the 177. This gun is the 177. We've mentioned it in the other video, so I'll say it here for completion. We are recording this in the same day as we're doing the FX Dynamic. So
it's an FX day.
Yes. So I've mixed the magazines up. This is the 2.2 for the Dynamic, and the 177 for this is down here as well. I just grabbed the wrong one. So yes. I'll leave it out. Magazine goes in there. Side lever. It's on the correct hand side. It's on the right hand side, so that when you're on the range, when you're out shooting, you can nice and quickly cock the rifle, without having to come off aim.
Now, we don't often agree on this. I always say that I like it on the left hand side, but in this, I've been shooting this, and it's quite nice actually.
You realised I'm right.
You don't have to take your hand right away. You can just cock it with your fingers.
Yeah.
Now, there is a little bit of a cutout there, look, isn't it? No, it's not.
I wouldn't speculate on that. What you're going for is you're not sure whether it's ambidextrous, but
I don't think it is.
The stock's very, very, very much not ambidextrous. Very right-handed.
Yeah. There is you look at the shape of that cutout on there, though. Whether that is a blank or whether that is a machine marks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to change the stock. That'd be a costly conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the 2 gauges. We've talked about the 2 gauges. Now we have an over barrel plenum system. Plenum.
Yep, however you want to pronounce it. Plenum.
So the plenum chamber, the plenum chamber, is basically a chamber of air prior to the firing valve. So that's your secondary chamber of air.
Yeah.
Separate to your cylinder. It's after the regulator. You've got this cylinder. You've got this quantity of air just waiting to be sent up through the transfer port to be on the pellet. So they say quite a large plenum chamber.
Now this is two schools of thought.
Is it?
Because FX keep toting at how big their plenum is. Oh, it's the biggest one. Oh, we've got the biggest, even bigger. And look at the size of this plenum.
Is this plenum envy?
It's a little bit Americanized, isn't it? It's a bit, oh, look how big this is. When we were last on the Brocock and Daystate servicing course, they said that they've got a small plenum. Is what you do with it that counts. And that does just as well. So I don't know. It's beyond my understanding, but it's got a big plenum in it.
Yeah. Sub 12, it's probably going to be a lot more important in FAC, isn't it, in high power versions than in sub 12. We'll see in shooting whether it makes it any more accurate or not. I don't know if I'm a fan or not. To me, it's an extra complication around the barrel.
Yes.
That I think Remington have brought one out as well, haven't they? The Vought.
Yeah.
With a plenum
yep.
around the barrel. I'm yet to be impressed.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So I think what that means is this entire section here, including inside the barrel, is pressurized. Is that right?
I'd take that to mean that, yes.
That's a lot of different mechanisms that are pressurized. I would have thought that would give you multiple leak points where you can go wrong, where it can start leaking. Don't know. Might
Given time, because everything O-rings go on everything, don't they? Eventually, yeah. Valid point. Something to bear in mind.
Yep. And we've also got a side Picatinny rail for your IR torch, your night vision torch, or something like that. If you want to put a laser or something like that, you've got one each side. And also a big 480cc bottle up front. Big shot count. Don't know what the shot count is. We weren't going to shoot every single shot. It's a lot.
We often do, but sitting there, if it's going to be 500 shots, it's
not happening.
RSI and all that in your fingers. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fully adjustable trigger. Obviously, it's a rifle of this sort of caliber, of this sort of money, 4-figure rifle, fully adjustable. It will twist each way, and it will move forward and backwards as well.
Yeah. And the fill adapter as well. Got a little dust cover there for it. The fill adapter's in the bottom there. You need an extended coupler for this one again, because if you get your short one locked onto there, it's going to be a pliers job to get it off. So make sure you only use an extended. But it's tucked away there. It's out the way.
Yep. I'm sure there are other features to it, but they're the main ones. They're the main ones that we care about. Otherwise, we're going into probably marketing spiel or the FAC high power stuff.
Yeah. As a standard rifle, it's a nice looking rifle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feels nice. It's not heavy. We'll go into a weight and numbers and stuff in a second, the handling feature. Looks smart as well.
It does. I'm not a fan of the holding stock, but like you said, it does look fairly sexy. Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Okay, let's talk numbers. Let's go into handling.
Okay. This model that we have here, Lawrence, is the 500mm barrel. And that gives us an overall length of 980mm, roughly.
You nearly forgot it again, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It's my age. So, I believe you have the weight figures to hand.
Yes.
Doesn't really work, does it? Matt?
Straight off the dome. It was about 3.2 kilos.
With that scope on?
With the scope on. It's a big old scope. It's a MCC Viper Pro, whichever one it is. 3 to 18 by 50. Big scope, half kilo scope.
That makes it a very light gun.
Makes it a very light rifle, considering you've got quite a big stock with all the mechanisms of it being fully adjustable. You've got it's regulated, so you've got that weight.
You've got a lot of wood cut out though, haven't you? That wood there is not very thick, so it's not like a traditional full wood stock. So you can see they've lost a lot of weight there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very good. So yeah, if you're carrying that around on it is light, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. It wouldn't be a heavy rifle. I wouldn't want to put sling studs in it.
No, it's too sexy for that.
Yeah, far too sexy.
Comes back to the point of, we don't really see it as a hunting rifle. You wouldn't want to.
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't take that out.
You wouldn't take it out, would you?
No.
Similar to harking it back to a Day State Red Wolf again. They're not target rifles, I guess, but nobody's going to take them out hunting.
Dual purpose, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Once you've bought it, use it for whatever you want. It's
Now, subjective handling. You're not a fan of the grip here, are you? Because you.
It's nice, but it's not my fave.
It's quite. I don't know how to describe it.
Thumb up.
Yeah.
The thumb up position.
And you've only got one place for it. That's how your hand is. So if your hand's too big, tough. You just SOL. If your hand's too small and you can't reach the trigger, then that's it.
SOL.
Shit out of luck.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Must be a young person thing.
Or I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether I'm a big fan of it either. It's certainly not my favourite stock.
It does look very sexy.
Yes.
And it's not that. Yeah, that is comfortable. But I am a thumbhole stock person.
Yeah. As you said multiple times,
Yeah.
saying that the Virot HW100 is the best rifle ever made.
No, I didn't.
You say that the 100 stock one's the most comfortable.
It is, yeah.
I think that and the Day State Wolverine stock. Again,
The Wolverine, yes.
Yeah.
And the FX Crown.
Yeah.
Very similar. Yeah, definitely.
It's a little bit of a shame. Well, I'm sure it's a shame to left-handed people that it's not ambidextrous, or I'm sure it is available in left hand. I haven't seen one. But then to us right-handies, it makes it much more comfortable. They've got a lot more to play about with if they don't need to make it ambidextrous.
Yeah. Don't know about the left-handed side of it.
I haven't seen one. I haven't seen one advertised.
No. I'm just trying to think if they did the left-handed version of the GRS for the Howers, and I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know that they did.
No.
It's also balanced very, very well.
It is.
Considering, well, obviously you've got a carbon bottle up front, so that doesn't add much weight, and then the shroud doesn't add much weight either. It's weighted very well. It feels like all of the weight is centered around my left hand there, around where the gauges are, around that sort of swell.
The weight of it does actually remind me of the Crown. You think that's a big heavy rifle, and you pick it up and you go, wow.
That is kind of where it's come from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we get into shooting it?
Yeah, let's have a go.
Here we go.
So now, we've heard all about it, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Let's see what it can actually do.
Let's see what I can do. That's what you always say, isn't it?
Yeah, I was trying cover my my options.
Now, this week, I've preempted my inability to shoot straight.
Okay, how's that?
So we've taken one of the targets that we did in zeroing, and we've kept that. So we'll show you all. If this isn't up to scratch, we'll show you all what it did in testing.
Now I get into trouble for talking while Lawrence is shooting. So won't. Just make some observations on how easy the gauges are to see. Although with a shot count this high, you're probably going to forget to look at them, to be honest. You're trying to cut out the centre of the target?
No, I'm trying to put them all through the centre of the target.
Oh, okay.
It's not really... That looks like a little squirrel. See what I mean? And then tail at the top.
I suppose if you've had a few whiskies or you've had a little bit of a smoke of something hallucinogenic, then maybe you could see that as a squirrel with his tail up at the top, but I haven't. I've been on Dr. Pepper, so...
Oh.
What part of the squirrel was that then?
No, it's not squirrel anymore.
I did see actually. It did actually look a bit like a squirrel.
It's one of them if you squint sort of chubbies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shoot a whole magazine like we normally do because these are a giant magazine. We're barely halfway through.
Is this quick while you're ahead?
It's quick while you're ahead. Yeah.
Don't blame you, to be honest.
I had some wayward shots. The vertical line was all me. I was banging them through the same hole.
I did zero this gun earlier, and I must say it was... Well, that's not my favourite stock, I will say that. If it had the Crown thumbhole stock on it, then that would have just done it for me. But I'm not a big fan of the thumbs up shooting position.
I mean, it is obviously adjustable. I could have adjusted it for myself.
It's a lovely stock, and if you're into that sort of shooting position, that it is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Personally, not for me.
But it's doing the job.
That's certainly doing the job. Even with you behind the trigger,
yeah,
it was doing the job.
When I was could actually point it in the right place, it was putting them through the same hole. I could see when it was. I could see me pulling them when I pulled them. But,
yeah.
But yes, we'll show you all in the conclusion the same hole grouping that we got in zeroing. But for now, let's move on.
Yeah, let's. Okay, let's summarise this this fantastic FX rifle, Lawrence. So, are you going to start? What do you like? What don't you like?
What do I like? It looks smart. It is comfortable. It's not my favourite hand position and stuff, but it's comfortable. It's very easy to use. The side lever is very smooth.
I'd agree with that.
Nice big magazine. I think the magazine's very easy to use as well.
Yeah.
You can use it straight out the box, and it's absolutely brilliant. What do I not like about it? Explicitly, I don't really know.
Okay.
I can see... My only worry would be if FX are selling it as, oh, you can tune it, you can do all this to it, you can change this, change that, like they did and do with the Impact. If that just means
fiddle,
that it breaks all the time. Yeah.
Because people fiddle too much.
Yeah. That would be my only reservation. But otherwise, it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. It starts with a 2 and it's 4 figures. But you get a lot for your money.
Do. Now I like the bottle gauge there.
Mm-hmm.
Not so keen on the regulator gauge. Personally, don't see the point. I suppose as an FAC, if you can adjust it, but we generally know that adjusting it means problems, doesn't it? Because people with a little knowledge, big problems.
One good thing is their gauges are actually level, unlike today's state.
Good point. Yeah, very good point.
They're vertical and they look smart. You can read them while you're shooting them. yeah, they're vertical and they're together.
Yeah, you've
Unlike
got a
day
real good
states.
point there. Yeah, I like that. Now, so designed as a slug gun, it shoots pellets admirably, as we've seen.
Yep.
It's a bit of an all-rounder for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, should be for the money. There's not much more to be said, I don't think, than that.
No.
Big shot count, accurate, easy to use, tunable. Yeah, ideal.
So,
Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
And see you next time. Please like and subscribe in one of these corners somewhere. And we'll see you on the next review.
Yeah, thank you. See you then.
Thank you.